it's review time! And of course, this is actually something that I'm doing for the first time, and sorry if it's like too much light where I'm at. Yeah, it's just basically nighttime where I'm at, but you can't see it. But as I was about to say, this is actually the first time I'm going to be reviewing a YouTube movie, surprisingly, because this movie actually came out not too long ago, and I'm going to show you the poster for it. You can see this particular fellow right here behind me. We got this. Yes, today we're taking a look at a little film that Shiloh and her brother Elijah from Shiloh and Bros, or their second channel, Nelson Boys, created a couple of years ago, but haven't aired it since. And that, of course, is the movie A Fairy's Game. I know a lot of people probably don't really know about Shiloh and Bros or the Nelson Bros channel. I'll try to explain this as best I can. They're a YouTube channel that does skits based around, like, popular games or just, popular things in general for, like, younger kids. But people who grew up with other stuff, like stuff like Roblox. They'll do stuff based on, like, some horror games, which surprisingly haven't done one on Bendy the Ink Machine or Outlast. I think that would be a little too much for them to do. Surprisingly. Yeah, I have to clear my throat because I just ate not too long ago, and I'm still actually finishing up some food. Anyway, let's talk about this movie. So, the movie centers around these two kids. We have Tyler, played by Elijah, and his young sister Jack, played by Shiloh. And surprisingly, this movie came out in 2018, but they haven't uploaded it to YouTube yet. So this is the first time for a lot. Anyway, it centers around these two who are basically trying to help their mom, who has just been diagnosed with a very, very deadly disease. And apparently they can't afford it. So, unbeknownst to them, they have to basically go live with their grandfather, who happens to have a mysterious treasure chest locked in his house, which happens to hold a very powerful magic map that leads into a fantasy world that is also a game. Hence the title, A Fairy's Game. And now Jack and Tyler have to compete in it to get some magical gems in order to get a wish granted. Yeah, doesn't seem like it's going to be dangerous. However, the world itself is, in fact, very, very dangerous, with very dangerous magical creatures, all sorts of things that can kill them, basically. And, in fact, a villain for the movie, some hooded figure guy that's part of the darkness, but happened to be a paladin who ended up playing the game years ago. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen this movie. But Jack and Tyler are not alone, because they happen to have magical wands that give them magical abilities, but they have to slowly learn to handle the magic. So they end up winning the game. The mom basically gets her wish to, not be sick anymore from the disease. Yeah, because magic really solves everything. Good lord, I wish magic actually existed in this world. Anyway, they save the day. Tyler also joins the soccer team. Yeah, that kind of was a subplot in the movie, by the way. And they all live happily ever after. Or unless the guys plan to make a sequel movie or another movie like this that has something to do with magic. Who knows? And there you go, my friends. That is my review on Shiloh and Bros, A Fairy's Game. Even though this movie was actually posted on their second channel, Nelson Bros. And again, still gotta clear my throat. Honestly, what do I think of this movie? Well, for the first time seeing it, yeah, it definitely feels like one of those, old 2000s, kids, well, not sci-fi, but kids fantasy films, where the kids learn about the magical world and they freak out for a bit, not thinking it's real, but then they slowly get into it, and then I'll be honest, there's actually a legit scene that got me to cry in this movie. It legit got me sad, and felt bad for a lot of the characters, and surprisingly, Eli and Shiloh did a really good job acting in this movie. Really well done for that. I gotta say, the effects, though it's a 2018 movie, the magic effects actually hold up pretty well in this movie, and the setting is actually really good. The fact that they actually filmed this in an actual forest, and got some, I assume they got some family members and some friends of theirs to, film this, and surprisingly, their brothers, joined in too. I actually didn't know Micah apparently starred in this. I've seen, maybe Daniel and maybe their brother Judah join in this, but those were the only two I saw. But apparently I looked at the cast and Michael was in this one too, apparently. Did not expect that, surprisingly. Anyway, I would definitely give this 9.5 out of 10. If you happen to be a big Shiloh and Bros fan and you want to see a movie that they starred in, definitely give this movie a watch. It's actually really fun to watch.